Let's talk about
Okay.
something fun,
All
something
right.
real fun. How'd them Dallas Cowboys do the other night? How
Man,
did that go?
man. I got a work chat. I couldn't have had more fun by just not saying anything. They
Oh,
still believe. They still believe. It's about that time, B, for them to believe they're going to win it next year. They're already going to start saying next year is their year. And here's my only thing about the Cowboys, right? The fans are the problem. You keep going and buying that lackluster product, and he's going to keep selling it to you. That's all
yeah,
I'm saying.
I 100% believe it. I've said this on several podcasts, not only today, but throughout the last month. I've been saying the same thing because, of course, my Steelers are mired in this. Mediocrity is the death of your franchise.
Dak
Mediocrity is 1,000% the death of your franchise.
I believe it. And Dak is a mid pack, like I've told everybody, quarterback. Buddy is on here saying Dak's not a winner. Dak is a winner. Dak is a middle of the pack, top 15 quarterback. That's mediocrity. Jerry
Yes,
Jones is the issue, but the fans keep feeding Jerry. Please stop. If Jerry didn't have anybody in that stadium and didn't have the primetime games and America's team, he would have changed it.
he
He
would have.
would have.
It's
But
never going to
the
happen.
fans are the problem.
That's right. It's never going to happen. Every
And
fan that has season tickets right this very second could say, I'm not renewing, and they would be sold out the very next year. That's how that.
and hell no to Allie on there saying Bill Belichick's going to Dallas. I'm sorry. I don't know if you saw that
No.
one, Big
Yeah,
B.
I
You
did.
know?
We're going to make fun of Allie
Yeah,
real
hell
quick.
no.
Allie, stop that. Stop saying that stuff. Why, why
Yeah,
would why would
no,
Bill Belichick
absolutely not.
go and be part of that? Have his owner come out after every football
Yeah,
game critiquing his performance. Bill Belichick's not going to put himself through that.
right.
He's not going to do that. Now, I guess if they give him a big enough paycheck, then yeah, maybe he will. I don't know, but I don't see that happening. No, buddy, Belichick is not going to go to Dallas. He's not going to go to Dallas. No way, no how. No way, no how. One of Belichick's biggest points. No way Bill Belichick can win. No, he can't, Ryan. You're exactly right. There's no way he's going to do that. There's no way. Suzanne Claiborne, who used to be a friend of mine, but she's turned on me. I don't know why, but she's turned on me. It's like he wants to fail. Yes. It's like he wants to fail. He's begging to fail. How can an AV guy not have his media room synced up with good Wi-Fi, people? I think that's where we should change this whole episode about Chris's Wi-Fi and why this doesn't work. How the guy that sells millions of dollars in AV equipment, how he can't get his own Wi-Fi in his own house to work. It's unbelievable. Buddy Claiborne, hide in shame, my man. Hide in shame. Change your name from Buddy Claiborne to something else. Don't claim him. Don't do it. It's bad. It's just bad. Unbelievable. This is a good point. My man, Living Water. Forbes is still listing them as the most valuable franchise in sports. I don't understand it, but their fans are still buying it. They're going to keep buying it too. That's exactly what happens. They're going to keep going to Cowboys games. They're going to keep buying the merchandise. They're going to keep doing everything, showing up week after week after week, no matter what. And this is exactly what's going to happen. I mean, here's the thing about owners, NFL owners. Jerry Jones really doesn't care, and owners really don't care if the teams are good. Now, they say they want to win, and there's some that say they want to win, and I'm sure they're happy winning. But they're all businessmen first. They want to make $1. And if they happen to win in that process, okay. But Jerry Jones is like, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll win. Maybe we won't. We say we're going to win. We keep winning all these games in the regular season to suck everybody in. But when playoff comes, we've got guys on our team that just aren't capable of putting it together. That, my feel, is what Jerry Jones does. That's what Jerry Jones does. Sad today, but JJ will have to pass away before it changes. Yeah, that's right. April H., it's actually sad to say. I don't know who the hell your husband is, but Let's learn to spell. If you're going to come up on the big screen, you're going to have to learn to spell. And I'm going to leave this up here just so you can say, learn, sad to say, not sad today. Proofreading is fundamental. Whoever the hell your husband is, I don't know who he is, but he needs to. I'm not even going to say what he needs to do. I'll just leave it at that because he'll get himself in trouble. I know who he is. He's a man's man, but we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Either way, yeah, that's the problem with Jerry Jones, man. That's the problem with Jerry Jones is he just can't. He knows his team isn't good enough to win, but as long as he's still making the money, it is what it is. Plus, he's in charge, and he's not going to stop being in charge. So that's the problem. He's not going to stop being in charge of the team.
And I got a new phone, man. I'm back on, and I got a new phone.
Got
Look
it.
at the
Graham
video.
Graham's phone. Graham Graham's phone.
I had to go do something else, man. I'm on a new phone. I had to pair the headphones, So I'm back. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And I missed my favorite part.
You did miss it, and we're going, but I think we covered it. The Cowboys are kind of what they are. It is.
Okay.
What it is.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. You're all good. So the next topic with the NFL playoffs. Look, I'm a diehard Steeler fan, and I just think it's time that Mike Tomlin is just. We got to move on. We got to move on. I'm done. I just said it. Mediocrity is.
I disagree with this take. He's not the mediocre part in Pittsburgh. Tomlin is great.
I didn't say he wasn't great, but Tomlin's way of winning football games is playing outstanding defense,
right?
Playing good special teams,
right?
Trying to play a little bit of offense and win every game 17-14. You cannot do that in today's NFL.
But I will tell you that works in the playoffs. Every year he plays good playoff football.
Really?
Are we trying to sell tickets? Are you back on the Dion type hype? Are you trying to win ball games? The guy hasn't missed the playoffs.
I'm glad you said that because the last 7 years they haven't won a playoff game.
He hasn't missed the playoffs in how many years?
Well, they've been the last 7 years. They've been 5 times and haven't won once. So tell me again about how good they have been in the playoffs.
Well, we all know it takes a top 10 quarterback talent. They have not had that in those 7 years. So I don't know what you expect them to do. The rules, the league, it's built for quarterback play. Get the man a top tier quarterback. He can assemble everything else. He's replaced great talent after great talent departing there, and they haven't missed a beat. Okay. They lost a wideout. They got 17, 18 targets a game. Passing game didn't get any worse. That guy turned out to be insane. Le'Veon set out on him. Run game got better by committee. I'm sorry. Tomlin isn't the problem. So
yeah, Tomlin's the problem. Here's the reason why. Tomlin wants to be in control of everything. If you want a new quarterback, go get you a quarterback. Instead, what did he do? He decided to draft Baby Hands Pickett. Right. Anybody that signs off on drafting Baby Hands Pickett is not fit to be my Steelers quarterback. That's number one.
Steeler Nation was okay with him not taking a quarterback that year and playing Rudolph, or what was the other kid they had?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Yes.
What difference did it make?
Trubisky. We didn't make the first 2 letters. Trash. Buddy says they need to take Michael Penix Jr.
No,
I don't know.
Michael Penix Jr. is a stat merchant. Isn't that what all the kids say? He's a stat merchant.
So when I said empty stats early on, you said that's not a thing. Now the kids say stat merchant, and you're out here meat riding the kids.
But you don't use it correctly. You say stat. For instance, you said Shadur Sanders, the first game of the year against TCU had empty stats. That his stats were empty. The man threw for over 400 yards, and they needed every single yard to win. That's not an empty stat. An empty stat is what Dak did on Sunday. Threw for over 400 yards, and they were getting their brains beat in.
100%. Actually, Dak's entire regular season is all empty stats. These guys at work throw up, look at it, look at where he is QBR, look at where he is. I'm like, okay, great. He's either always playing from behind or playing absolutely bum teams. It's all empty stats. If you're not ending in W's, it's empty.
Well, they won 12 games. So it's not like they played.
Okay.
They needed those to win. They just can't win the big game.
I think you take
to the playoffs, you can't do it.
Take his stats from the games they were getting their head beat in, and you're taking out 400 yards a game. So
Well, maybe. I mean, but he played well in some of the games that they won, especially that Eagles game. But turns out the Eagles weren't shit. I mean, the
yeah,
Eagles were
yeah,
absolute garbage.
that
I
was
mean,
a
the last
fraud
6 weeks
fraud
of the
waiting to be
season.
uncovered. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God! You talk
Yeah.
about the fraud of the week. If the Cowboys weren't the fraud of the year, which they are, the Eagles are right there next to them.
Hold on. Hold
Unbelievable.
on. Kaiser, you're completely out of pocket, all right?
What
I
happened?
know Kaiser's on some absolute BS. I caught it myself. You could have let it go and not put it in the comments.
No, we're gonna
Now,
do it. We're gonna do it
no,
every
that
time.
doesn't need to, yeah,
We're
that's
gonna do it every time.
that's
It's
not definitely,
unbelievable.
yeah, unbelievable. No, Rutledge is right. They find, wide receiver talent, but I don't think Penix is the right guy. And as far as getting Pickens the ball, buddy, I'm trying to keep up with these crazy comments. Pickens got a whole bunch of quit in him, and somebody needs to talk about it. He got a
Well,
whole bunch of quit in him.
the problem with Pickens is Pickens thinks he's a top 5 receiver in the league, and he's not. And he
No,
acts like he's a top 5 receiver in the league, and he's not. Throw
yeah,
up some top 5 receiver numbers, and I know what people will say, and he might even say, "Well, they don't get me the ball enough." Well, be a better route runner. Do all
yeah,
those things. I get it. That the quarterback play is mediocre at best in Pittsburgh, which again is Mike Tomlin's fault. But it is what it is. But like
yeah.
I said, getting back to Tomlin, he can't be it's if you can get rid of Andy Reid in Philly, if you can get rid of Bill Belichick in New England, you're telling me you can't get rid of Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh?
I think when they got rid of Andy Reid, they had surrounded him with the right amount of talent. Talent had come and gone. I don't think Tomlin has had the right talent. I don't think you can justify that.
He had a
I don't
Hall
think
of Fame quarterback for 15 of the years that he coached.
he hasn't had a Hall of Fame quarterback since half the people in our comments were out of diapers.
I mean, and Big Ben has only been retired for 2 years. In a Hall of Fame quarterback for 15 of his 17 years, he had that.
Eh,
He had
Wait a
that.
minute. You're saying he was solid all the way till the last two?
Well, I'm not saying he was solid. He's better than what they got right now.
I
I'm
see.
telling you right now, if Big Ben was the quarterback of the Steelers today, they'd have won at least 12 games this year. At
Also,
least.
I see some people I need to shout out. Shout out American Tees. They do a lot of Big B merchandise.
They
I
do.
see Josh over there. So when you guys are going to see some shirts and some things, none of the quotes that Kaiser put on there are going to be there, but you'll be able to get some of the swag later on. Uh,
But the bottom
but
line is, look, Mike Tomlin is what he is. I think he's a great coach. I don't think the Steelers should fire him. I think
right,
the Steelers should trade him, since that, I guess, is a thing that you can trade coaches. I think they should just trade him. You'll get a draft pick for Mike Tomlin. Somebody will give you a good one for
right.
Mike Tomlin. Like, you don't think like Atlanta would give you a 3rd-round pick for Mike Tomlin? Of course they would. Of course they would.
Why would he go there? Spend 4 years rebuilding there.
But Atlanta's not that far away. If Atlanta had decent quarterback play, they'd have won their division by at least 2 games this year.
A decent quarterback play, which turns out to be the hardest thing to find in the NFL. Am I right?
It is,
Decent quarterback play. There's two.
but
There's
not.
two of them.
Well, I mean, there's more than 2 quarterbacks. Let's stop the madness. First of all, I
One
know
of
what
them's
you're going
hurt.
to say.
One of them's hurt.
Josh Allen isn't any good, correct?
Absolute hot garbage.
I just I can't please tell these people why Josh Allen isn't any good so they can all get in here and laugh. Please
I'm
tell
gonna
me.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Give him some dreads and some better end zone dances. And Josh Allen is Cam Newton. I'm bigger, stronger, and faster than everybody else, but I never learned to throw the ball on time into the right place. It's like if you're recruiting in a or drafting in a vacuum. If there's nobody else on the field, give me Josh Allen, built like no other. I love it. But man, when it comes down to it, the guy throws the ball late in the zone. He can't read the zone. He's got that lost in headlights look in his eye. Yes, pull it down and take off running. That's not going to work. That's not going to. And it's worked this. What is it? This is 7th year, 6th year.
Yeah. 6 year.
Okay. How well has it worked? Put up a bunch
Well,
of
I
freaking
mean,
empty
just because
stats.
they didn't win a Super Bowl doesn't mean that it didn't work, right? I mean, we're not
Uh,
going that route, are we?
Hold on. Who's Davy Gill talking about? We'll take Tomlin in Tampa.
Davy Gill is Jeffersonville High School legend. Let's keep our
Okay.
comments to ourselves about
Okay.
Davy Gill. Okay, he's a
Okay.
Jeffersonville High School legend. We'll just
Yeah.
leave it at that.
I only know 3 people from Jeffersonville High, and it doesn't seem like they teach anything there, especially football. So I'm going to let that comment go.
Mm, Davy, don't listen to him. We're not listening to that nonsense. Either way, bottom line is that Mike or Josh Allen is a great quarterback. There's
Great,
no if,
great.
answer, but great quarterback. You don't
There's
have to
there's
win a Super Bowl to be classified as great.
I- I'll
I think you would
I'll
agree.
I will hear your point if you just tell me what a quarterback is. What are some values you have on a modern quarterback? Please go ahead.
Availability, that's number one.
Oh, okay, that's great. That's Tua.
So,
Tua's out. Okay,
okay, no, I'm just saying being available because the
okay,
quarterbacks always miss games. Josh Allen doesn't miss any.
he
That
does.
would be number one. Have
Okay,
a great arm. He's got that. You know,
okay.
you say he doesn't throw the ball on time. I would say Stephon Diggs says that he does throw the ball on time. They just don't have any other great receivers to go with Diggs.
Well,
It's
I think
Diggs and then nothing on the other side.
okay.
Their next best receiver is a tight end.
I think that April's on the chat here, and you remember Davis went what 4 catches for 250 against Kansas City, 3 years ago in the playoff game. So
But then he
they
didn't
don't
have
have.
another catch for like 6 weeks.
That doesn't mean he's bad. That may mean Josh is bad. Every tight end they have gets off. Kincaid, Knox, the other kid I can't think of his name that
Why
probably
do they?
starts with
Why does that happen?
yeah,
Not Josh
but
Allen.
not Josh Allen. Well, okay, come on, look, come on now. I mean, we're giving him credit for that now. That's like Patty Mahomes getting all the credit for these little 8 yard jug routes that Kelsey's running. Come on
And
now.
I know Patrick Mahomes is not any good either. Correct?
No, he
It's
is
all
very
Andy
good.
Reid.
It's Patrick Mahomes is fantastic, but somebody needs to give him a wake up call and say, look, throw the ball on time down the field like a big kid, or else you're going to be the next Josh Allen.
So, wait a minute. Wait. So now Mahomes, who throws the ball on time and receivers are just dropping the football, now
Yeah,
all of a sudden that's Mahomes' fault?
he has thrown the ball on time. He is not. This year, he has not played well either. I'm tired of hearing just a wide receiver drop thing. Yes, they've dropped a lot of balls. But if I'm catching the ball from Patrick Mahomes, I expect it to be on the money, not on my hip. If it should be out in front of me, anything not over my head. He missed the deep ball against the Bengals, second to last game of the season. He missed it by 5 yards, wide open. Nobody
Okay.
says anything about that. They only talk about the drop.
So quarterback play,
Mhm.
bad. Mahomes,
Terrible.
bad. Josh
Nope.
Allen, bad.
Okay.
Who is good? I mean, well, let's just leave it at this. In the playoffs currently, the quarterbacks that are left, because I think all of them were drafted in the first round except for Purdy. Is
I,
anybody good?
I'm not saying they're not good. I don't want to go out on a ridiculous take, but I'm saying that we are rewarding extending plays and bad quarterback play to an all time high level, is what I'm trying to say. These guys are good.
Mm,
Josh Allen has all of the tools, but you said a big arm. Well, I mean, I know a
that
lot of Hall
matters.
of Famers, a lot of Hall of Famers don't have a big arm. They throw it on time and they throw it
Okay.
with touch,
Well, they
right?
have to throw it on time because they don't have a big arm.
Right. But if I throw it late because I have a big arm, I don't know if
The
that's
ball
the
still
right
gets
call.
there.
Yeah.
But,
No,
but
it
we were
doesn't get
watching the
there.
games the other day. Unbelievable throws that Josh Allen was making. Like you said, in a cover two, and this may go over some people's head in here, in a cover
Right.
two coverage, to throw it over the middle linebacker in front of the safety is exactly what you want to do down the middle of the field.
Right.
Somehow, Chris Claiborne said that was a poor decision.
I'm sorry
And
because you got the game wrong. That was when we were watching Dallas and Dak did it. And I said they are underneath every one of his throws. And turns out they were.